We're going to talk Superman and Lois. All right, so Superman and Lois, Season 2, Episode 6, Tried and True. The residents of Smallville could use a break. This is my favorite episode of the season, by far.
Same.
By far the best episode they've done this year. No joke. Did you know that this was directed by Amy Jo Johnson, who played, anybody?
No.
The Pink Ranger in Power Rangers.
Which,
the very first.
Kimberly?
Kimberly.
Oh my God, she's Kimberly.
Yes. So she's gotten more into directing lately, which is very cool. So basically, the purpose of this episode is the first thing we experience is what we see a fight between Bizarro Superman and a bunch of vaguely defined government agents inside a building, and then from there he comes outside. And he has an interaction with Allie Alston. From there, we come back and the kids. What's next? Then the kids are in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All the scenes of Clark and his family in the kitchen are the best.
I love it because like it actually shows that he's trying to be a genuine dad, and he's trying
But not just him, the whole family. All the interactions that they have at like the family dinner table or in that kitchen are the best of this show.
Can we just write out the Cushings out? Could we do that? Like, could we get rid of the Cushings? Like,
Also,
I don't care for them.
The lady who is yelling at General her name was Hardcastle.
Yeah.
I wrote military mom. She's the most unmilitary looking person you've ever seen. It literally looks like a soccer an old soccer mom, and they just put her in military fatigues. It's really unrealistic and bad.
What do you define as a military mom?
Because she's in the military in the show. She's in the military, but she doesn't look like she's in the military.
No,
She
I mean
looks
in
like,
general.
I don't know.
Like, what?
She's old and
Okay.
she's just old and
Okay.
she looks like a mom.
Okay, I just wanted more insight. What do you?
We're gonna have to get Hannah Claire.
Yes.
Yeah.
She just looks old, and she's got them, and she's like, she doesn't look like she's ever done any type of PT training in her entire life. She looks like who drives kids to soccer practice, and they're like, "Hey, lady, who just drove your kids to soccer practice, will you put on these army greens and yell at someone as if you're in
and smack him in the face."
Yes, and yell at this guy as if you're his superior. It didn't really make any sense. That was like my one downside for the episode. They better redeem Kyle. I'm getting very anything to do with the Cushings is the one downside of the show. Like, what's weird about that is I think that Emmanuel Shrieky does a really good job of the material she's being given, but it's just such a drain on the show.
Well, okay, they just have them because they need ethnic spice. That's it.
I don't think that's. I don't know if that's. They're not focusing on that. They're making it about about family drama that nobody cares about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ethnic spice. Like you just need a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Basically, what it is like it's a whole family of girls, right? It's Lana. What's the youngest? I always forget the youngest daughter's name.
Lana, and then there's Sarah.
I know Sarah. I don't know the daughter. The other.
They never mentioned it.
No, she. But
It's like Tiffany Trump.
The point is, it's
I
three
think
girls.
Mimi.
It's not Mimi.
It's not Mimi.
It starts with a J. I think.
Mimi?
I don't know.
It's it's two daughters and a mom, and the dad is of course a cheating alcoholic who's just a bad guy. They better redeem him.
Wait, doesn't it consider racist because he's like a Latin descent, and like they're saying like, oh yeah, he cheats and drinks.
That could. I mean, yeah. I guess if you look at it that way, I didn't really think of it that way. I just think
Boycott CW.
It's just the guise, of course, of the bad guy. In the first season, it's because he's an alcoholic, and so they redeem him, and he comes around and he becomes a better dad. And a better husband.
The masculine urge to cheat.
Yes. And then in season 2, now it's the fact that he cheated on his wife, and then broke it off when. Okay, there's two things that are really unrealistic here. First of all, we have to remember that Sarah Cushing did the same thing to her boyfriend, and the mom basically said if your boyfriend does not accept that you made a mistake and forgive you, then he doesn't deserve you. But now she gets cheated on by her husband and leaves him and tells him he has to move out. So, mixed messages much?
Okay, well,
Learning a lot.
Yep, there's a learning curve here, but also the sister.
Learning curve.
There's the sister's name Sophie, but also it's because like he inserted. That's what they're trying to say. Like he inserted himself in. Never mind. Dave got it.
No, I got the.
I think everyone.
I got the
miracle.
reference, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking, what are you talking about?
Like,
I love that you think that Brett didn't get it.
no, because he's like,
Like, I don't know.
He's like staring at me blankly. But like basically, like if you inserted yourself
Got it.
into like a different relationship like that, like I think the mom's like, you broke a vow.
Okay.
Because like Sarah's not married.
So if Kyle had just kissed another woman, it would be okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird, but like for Sarah's situation, maybe they're thinking this way where like she's not married to this man, so why not?
You're still in a committed relationship. That's
Mhm.
that's bull.
I don't know. Like
Um,
I'm trying to help them out with this stupid storyline. I hate this storyline so much.
They did. One of the characters that I'm really enjoying is Lieutenant Anderson, who has been given. He's been turned into this very dynamic character where he's replaced General Lane. General Lane is the one who oversaw Superman's connection with the government. He's also Lois Lane's father, but he's replaced in season 2 by Lieutenant Mitchell, who is now doing it. Who is portrayed almost universally at first as like vaguely bad because he's very pro-America. Go figure. Being like he doesn't want Superman helping out the rest of the world, and him and Superman are generally always at each other's. They're always fighting or disagreeing on something back and forth. But then in this episode, after in a previous episode, choices that Lieutenant Anderson had made led to the death of 2 soldiers. He's shown in this episode trying to basically talk to the mom of one of those soldiers that had died, and he looks very uncomfortable. He looks very like somber about his actions caused this death, and then so he's given more range here. As in, like, you're not supposed to look at this and see a guy who's uncaring. He's very clearly feels some type of way about this interaction with this mom who lost their child to his military action. And then he also backstabs Superman at the end after they find out that Superman went and helped.
I like that scene because it kind of looks like the first scene when Bizarro goes through it.
Well, no, it was supposed to be that way because remember, this is he's the mirror of Superman. So you see the scenes at the end are mirrors of each other. Superman in the Bizarro Superman in the beginning fights through a bunch of soldiers to get to Allie Alston. In this one, at the end, Superman fights off a bunch of soldiers and then gets taken down by General Anderson with a kryptonite bullet. Actually, 2 kryptonite bullets. That was very good. I think one of the reasons I realized I liked this episode so much is they limited the characters, meaning that there was one of the downsides is actually part of one of the upsides, meaning there was no John Henry Irons, there was no Natalie, and there was no Chrissy in this episode. Now, I'm okay with that if in the next episode they include those characters again, but then take out 3 other characters. So characters get more screen time, more time per episode for each character to flesh out their story. It works better that way. The interactions between Lois, Lucy, and their dad were really good.
Yeah, that was super good. I prefer it a little bit more than the Cushing story.
The CG, yeah, I think that might be what I like the most about it. It feels more directly connected to actual Superman's story rather than this tangential connection that's way outside of whether Kyle Cushing cheated on Lana Lang Cushing doesn't really affect Superman. But what goes on between Lois and Lucy does affect him because he's married to Lois.
But hear out Lana, she's like, you cheated on me over a year. She said it's like been over a year, like since they cheated because it was during the accident with Sarah.
Yes, but when Sarah had her incident, she was very depressed in past episodes. I think it was she attempted suicide.
She attempted suicide.
Okay. So the dad realized the error of his mistake, wants to get his family back together. Now there's a trope in these things where when a guy cheats on a girl, right, the girl will blame the woman that he cheated with.
Yeah.
And they subvert this trope here by having her interact with, and that trope never always doesn't work for me because a lot of times it's like they cheated with this girl, but the girl didn't know the guy was in a relationship. So why would you be mad at the girl? She didn't know.
Well, it always takes 2 to tango. So you have to remember that.
In this one, the girl that Kyle cheated with did know she was in a relationship, but she wasn't mad at this lady, which was very weird. Like, it would make sense to not be mad at the lady if she didn't know that the guy was married. But in this one, the lady he cheated with did know that he was married, and Lana still manages to have like a conversation with her, and this lady like goes to bat for Kyle and says like, he broke it off because he wanted to keep his family back together. He's a good guy. And then Lana just ultimately decides that that's still not something she can deal with, and that she tells him to get out. That was maybe the most unrealistic conversation that they had, was like nobody goes to the other person's, like, I feel like that's a conversation they would have had at home, not at his work. And the way it's phrased felt unrealistic to me, but that's television. I do think that even though I hate the storyline, Emmanuel Shrieky is so good that she pulls off the material, even though realistically it's my least favorite of the material they're talking about.
Yeah.
The CGI in the avalanche scene was really good. What I've noticed is that this show is basically designed around like every scene has like when is going to be the one big action set piece this episode will be allowed to have, because they can only probably have the budget for about one scene per episode. So the lack of Superman in the suit is a problem still. I will, however, say, did you see the scene where they're like when they're getting ready for the day and he's shirtless?
Yeah.
Why do they have to pad that suit out? The dude is in fantastic shape. There's no reason to make the dude look bigger than he already
they're
is.
just trying to like over exaggerate the muscles.
But it makes his head look tiny compared to the suit. It's really weird. Yeah, I literally wrote, I said, why the hell would you pad the suit?
Well, it's the same thing. Like, yeah, you never watched Umbrella Academy, but they have a character. His character is named Luther, but he went to space, but he almost died. So they before he went to space, like basically they surgically removed his head and placed it on a gorilla's body, so it looks like that, like his head is like unusually small for a big body.
Yep. Also, we have Jonathan and Jordan, and that's I just don't care. I don't care about super meth. I don't care about I just don't care about the kids' storyline.
But come on,
right now.
the super meth looks cool. It's like orange, and you inhale it.
Yeah, it's like an inhaler. It's basically it's like a PC. I'm hoping that like whoever's creating the drug ends up playing a bigger role in the show later. Meaning like whoever's producing it ends up being relevant to like the overall storyline with Allie Alston down the road.
The whole time it's just Natalie.
That would be clever. That would subvert my expectations.
Yeah, the whole time it's Natalie. She's like, you took away my mom.
Yep, that could be it. So my hope is that if they're going to do episodes like this, limit the amount of characters and switch off. So if we get all Cushings in this episode, but no Steele, no John Henry Irons, no Natalie, no Chrissy, bring back those three characters next episode and give the other three tangential characters, give them a break. Because when the storyline is when the storytelling is more focused, when more time is given to the actors, I've noticed that even on storylines that I don't like, at least the material is more fleshed out, and I give it more leeway. So my hope is that they do that. They try to be more focused with their character development in future episodes.
Like, legit, Brett and I are not lying. This is like the best episode out of season 2.
Yes.
I love it more because it actually does like flesh out Superman more and like his family.
I did not watch Supergirl, so I can't compare Jenna Dwayne's performance in this to her performance as Lucy in that show, but I like her. I think she's
I don't
charming.
remember her character on that show.
She's charismatic. The actress has good screen presence. She fits well because I like Bitsy Tulloch. I forgot she doesn't go by Bitsy anymore. Elizabeth Tulloch a lot. And Lois, I think also, I don't know if this is just a personal preference. Lois is at her best when she's dealing with her family, less so when she's doing the report. I don't know if that's just me, but I like her stuff better when she's dealing with family issues than I like when she's doing her reporter shtick.
Do you think it's because like Elizabeth, when she used to play on Grimm, she was very like her character is more focused on like my relationship, like what's going on, like it's the better good, and that's how like you perceive her as a character now in Lois.
Very possible, but she plays strong mom very well. She plays a very, very focused business mom who can both take care of her family. When she engages with Clark, when they argue, she doesn't demasculate him like he doesn't have to like constantly be berated by her. Their relationship has pitfalls and ups and downs, but it doesn't make him look like the bad guy constantly. So I'm always looking for that type of good balance in it. And for the most part, there was no. I think I heard the word textbook extremism once. That was the only buzzword that I literally keep like a buzzword counter now.
What's the counter at?
It's very high for most shows. This show less so.
But what's the number for
it's-
this show?
I count per episode. I don't remember what it was for the other
Oh.
episodes, but this one I only counted one. There might have been a few others, but if it's included well enough, you don't notice it as well. But when you hear a lot of like political buzzwords or stuff you're going to hear on CNN or Fox News or mainstream media, you notice it because it feels like when you hear the character say it, I'm picturing like a marionette with like a writer who's like watching the news as they're writing the script, puppeting them saying the lines.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing good at keeping the dialogue evergreen. I almost said Everclear. That would
Or
be it.
they get ad libs or Mad Libs. Or is it Mad Libs? or
Yeah, buzzword Mad Libs.
Yeah.
The stuff about the Pirates of the Caribbean, that was cute between the dad and the daughters. So
yeah.
bring Lucy back more. She could be a better character if they're gonna bring her back. But there was also, maybe it's because there was very little of Sarah, and I'm just not a fan of Sarah right now.
Dude, Sarah sucks as a character. I
She-
do not like her.
The actress is fine at portraying the material she's given. It's
Yeah.
just the material isn't good. So
I just prefer we don't have Sarah.
she had a good interaction with Jordan. With Jordan in the school. I didn't find anything offensive about that interaction. It felt real. She's going through this stuff with her parents, and her boyfriend's trying to be like supportive, but she's kind of standoffish because she's dealing with it. That felt real. It felt authentic to me. So the actress can do it. I just don't think they're giving her the best material. So
I don't know. The CW, like,
And
what's
it's a CW show, so you have to take all of this with a grain of salt.
the
You're not-
CW is trying, okay? They're like the little train that could.
we'll see what comes with further material. So I'm not watching Naomi, but I've heard bad things. I don't know if it's as bad as Batwoman, but what can you do?
Let's watch Batgirl then.
We're not going to. We'll watch the movie when the Batgirl movie comes out.
Okay.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.